Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pinky. I'm the clinical pharmacist practitioner. Today I'm going to discuss about a very important topic because winter is here and in United Kingdom it's very cold and it's basically -degree in the morning and yeah, pretty much and yes, I do suffer from runny nose sometimes. The medical term is rhinitis. Now, rhinitis can be divided into three criterias. It can be due to allergy. Allergy can be pollens, grass pollens. There can be due to pets, animals. It can be due to occupational. It can be something in the environment like pollution, dust. Uh, Due to the work environment, there can be runny nose and it can be non-allergic. Now, it's very important to understand that whether this runny nose, whether it is intermittent or whether it is persistent. Intermittent, if it is less than 4 days per week or less than 4 weeks at a time, then it is intermittent. If it is more than 4 days equals to per week or more than equals to 4 weeks at a time, then it is persistent. Now, if my patient is having normal sleep and normal daily activities, if it's children going to school, fine, then it is a mild one. If my patient is having difficulties in getting sleep and impaired daily activities, then it is moderate to severe. Now, it is very important to resolve runny nose basically because it can impair the quality of life. It can take the quality of life down the hill. So it's very important. Now, how do I make a diagnosis? Obviously by the symptoms. The symptoms can be, the nasal passages, it will itch. Itchiness is common and it can be like continuous water coming out from the nose, or sometimes it can be forward, sometimes it can be backwards. The patient will often sneeze. There can be nasal obstruction. There can be obstruction in the nasal passage. So these are the symptoms of rhinitis. Now, it is also important that runny nose can be due to many other different reasons. Okay, and when I see a patient, I think about those reasons just in case. If it is due to those reasons, the reasons can be, the structures in the nose. There can be a problem with the structure inside the nose. Okay, there can be some kind of bubbles or some kind of polyps inside the nose. Bubbles means small round, oval or round or whatever shape, like polyps. Okay, inside the nose. There can be like foreign bodies inside the nose, and it can be due to medications as well, like aspirin, ibuprofen, naproxen, diclofenac. It can be due to contraceptive pills. And another thing is, there are some patients, it is very common, they will use there are some decongestant, okay, known as oxymetazoline, xylometazoline, phenylephrine. They will use these nasal sprays continuously, and if they do have a rebound congestion, and that is known as rhinitis medicamentosa. So decongestants should be used for a short period of time, such as xylometazoline, oxymetazoline, phenylephrine. It can be due to some blood pressure medications, it can be due to cocaine, and it can be due to sometimes nerve problems, and it can also be triggered by cold air. It can be due to emotional reasons as well, and it can be due to acid reflux sometimes, and it can be due to postural problems, and it can be also due to hormones in the body, such as during pregnancy, due to in case or during the period of menstrual cycle, due to thyroid problems, hypothyroidism, And there are other immunopathologies as well, which is very, very rare. The conditions can be Churg-Strauss syndrome, Wegener's granulomatosis, sarcoidosis, systemic lupus erythematosus. So these are very rare conditions. And when medications, so obviously we are gonna manage the runny nose in a stepwise approach. And if the medications are not working, then we need to think about something else is going on there underlying. Now the most important thing is management. Now whatever medications I usually advise my patients, okay, it can be home remedies, it can be medications over the counter or in a prescription. I follow a guideline of United Kingdom. I don't make them up. And and there are enough evidences to support this management. And the medications which I suggest, it can be found worldwide. All right. If it, and I always say the generic name, not the brand name, so that any patient or anybody watching this video around the world can find the medications over the counter or can discuss about the medication with their healthcare professional. So that's very important. Now let's go to the medications. The first and most important, the first line I will advise the patient is intranasal saline washes. Okay, it is very, very safe. It can be used whenever required. It's excellent. And yeah, they are like this nasal sprays. Just you put your head downward and put the sprays inside your nostrils. Okay, you can do it twice in each nostrils, and how many times you want to do it during a day, it doesn't matter, because it doesn't come with any side effects. Now the efficacy of nasal saline washes or sprays, it's very high, and it does work. And in kids it acts like magic sometimes. And the stage 2 I will advise the patient is antihistamine. Antihistamines such as loratadine, cetirizine, they are non-drowsy, means it won't put you to sleep, and they're very safe. Once daily, loratadine, cetirizine once daily. That's what I'm going to advise patients. Now, even after using the first line, nasal saline washes or nasal saline sprays with oral antihistamines, loratadine or cetirizine, if it doesn't work, then what I'm gonna do, the next line I'm gonna advise the patient is some nasal steroids. All right, the nasal steroids, it takes a bit longer than the antihistamines to work, so you just have to be patient, but it does work. And sometimes I can also advise the patient to go for some topical nasal antihistamines such as azelastine. All right. And then there are other options as well. I'm gonna see whether the patient is very compliant to the medications or not, if the patient is using the medications correctly. And along with all this, sometimes the patient can have itchy eyes. If the patient has got itchy eyes, I'm gonna prescribe or ask to buy over the counter sodium chromoglycate eye drops. If sodium chromoglycate eye drops doesn't work, then I'm going to prescribe some olopatadine eye drops. Now, even if these things doesn't work, I might say, okay, fine, try some decongestants. Decongestants can be xylometazoline, oxymetazoline for a short period of time, for maximum 3 days. Decongestants can be used at a time for 3 days, then there should be a gap. Otherwise, you can have rhinitis medicamentosa. If you use this xylometazoline, oxymetazoline for longer period of time, you can have rebound congestion. Now, another thing is, there is a term known as old man's drippy nose. There are some old men or anybody who can say, oh yeah, all these medications didn't work, and they can have like there is constantly something in the nose, right? And it's no medications is helping. I'm gonna prescribe some ipratropium nasal spray. So ipratropium nasal spray, basically it works. And now another thing is, if my patient is asthmatic, and then I'm gonna prescribe some Montelukast 10 milligram for adults and 5 milligram for children. So obviously it's based on the patient's age. I'm gonna prescribe the Montelukast. Basically it's a leukotriene receptor antagonist, and it acts as a magic. Trust me, it helps. It does really help. Now there is another medication which is quite fairly new in the market, but it only acts if the patient is allergic to grass pollen, and it's known as Grazex. It's very expensive to buy over the counter, and there are drawbacks as well, but you are most welcome to have a look what Grazex is, and what are the drawbacks, and whether you can try. If you have money and if you want to buy it over the counter, you can. There is also intranasal phototherapy. There is basically it's a device and with light probes that poke up the nose and deliver intranasal phototherapy, and you can buy that over the counter as well. So basically this is how I'm going to manage a patient with allergic rhinitis, that is runny nose. So let me summarize. Okay, winter is here, and I think many of you guys will suffer from runny nose at some stage. The first and most important thing is go for some nasal saline spray or nasal saline washes. Along with that, if it doesn't work, along with that you can have some antihistamines. What are those? Loratadine, cetirizine. In some cases, if loratadine, cetirizine doesn't work, I can prescribe the patient's fexofenadine, which is quite potent antihistamine. All right. Then obviously there is the steroids, nasal sprays, which you can buy over the counter as well. Before you use any medications, always read the patient information leaflet. Then there is like decongestants, oxymetazoline, xylometazoline, phenylephrine. Only 3 days use, no more than that, otherwise you can have rebound congestion. Then you have the ipratropium bromide. Okay, if the patient is asthmatic, then I'm gonna prescribe the patient Montelukast. So pretty much that. And if the symptoms are still not resolved, there is still the patient is still complaining, I'm going to refer the patient to secondary care, to a specialist. Now any questions, pop your questions in the comment section below. I'll try to answer them. And yeah, pretty much that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will try to do more videos on common conditions, and I do have an English version as well as a Bangla version sometimes of my videos, because I got many followers from Bangladesh, so that's why. Thank you so much for watching. Do support me, and I love when you send me texts and encourage me, motivate me. I love that. And yeah, like, subscribe, share the common dialogue, please, if you can. I'll be really happy. And yes, watch my videos. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye for now. Take care. Bye.